Hello guys, my name is Amit Sani and I'm welcoming you on this daily UPSC MCQ series, and 20th September it is. And these current affair sources we are referring here: the PIB, the Hindu analysis video, and the EVW magazine, the Indian Express newspaper, and other important issues are there. So the context is extremely important. The compilation is very important. PDF you are getting on daily basis on Facebook group and on the Telegram channel that I provide, where I upload these PDFs, and on the StudyIQ's Telegram channel. These things are uploaded on a daily basis. So keep this with you and keep following these things, keep repeating these things, and follow both the lessons. In the morning the Hindu analysis is there, and in the evening the MCQ lesson is there. So Pocket News app is trending on Google Play, and regarding that regarding these courses, the description is given below the video. You can call on these numbers, and the chat section is given here. All the courses are important, and ask anything about these courses. PDF you will get here on this Facebook group, and Telegram channel you will find there, and you can follow me on Instagram too. And first question: global risk reports. Global risk report is a kind of a very important issue, and economy, polity, geopolitics, the strategies, a lot of things are affected by many risks which may be there naturally or any man-made risks. So World Economic Forum gives a lot of data regarding the global risk reports for countries, and it describes changes occurring in the global risk landscape from year to year and identifies global catastrophic risks. So changing climate, cyber dependency, increasing polarization of the societies, and rising income and wealth disparity, the inequality that is at the peak in this country, and national sentiments, if these are increasing, so there can be any negative consequences there. So regarding those all risks, World Economic Forum releases this report. Global Hunger Index. A lot of discussions are going on regarding the India's position, where India has slipped 3 places, and already we were in those lists of one of the worst countries, and we are performing worse than the last year. Means the 2017 was the year when we were at 100th place out of 119 countries, and now in 18 we are at 103rd place. Means we have slipped for 3 places, and this is really insulting, and it's a huge concern for a country like India, which is claiming claiming to be the brightest spot in the economic progress, but in the humanitarian aspects, and in some poverty aspects, in the inequality aspects, and especially in these hunger indexes, we are at this position. So that's really a shameful thing. So who releases this report? FAO, WHO? No, it's a IFPRI's important report. It's Washington-based International Food Policy Research Institute. So it releases this global hunger index. So please go through the details about the IFPRI and this hunger index criteria there. We are at 103rd place, and that's really a very shameful stats. Washington-based organization, and it tells that at least in 5 Indian children, 1 kid is totally wasted, and there we are one of the worst countries. Only the South Sudan, the youngest country in this world, which became a country in 2011, and since then a lot of troubles are going on. So that is only worse than India in that aspect. Otherwise we are the worst one. And in all these issues like child mortality and child stunting, and the undernourished people's list, there some improvements are there. Obviously some improvements are there in the last 18 years, but in the issue of inequality, in the issues of child wasting, we are performing really bad. Next, Academic Lomonosov. Academic Lomonosov, is it a space scientist, or is it a nuclear submarine, or is it a solar powered aircraft? No, it is none of these things. It is a nuclear power plant, a floating nuclear power plant. It has 2 units of 35 megawatts each, and it produces the energy there. Russia is the country where they have created this important ship like power plant, and in the Far East region there, and especially in the Arctic region there, where conventional sources are not there, and many important reserves are there, like the gold and coal. These reserves are present there. Some rare earth materials are also found there, but the electricity issues are certainly there. And here, this nuclear power plant is really a big help. So it's an innovative idea because it floats, it can reach up to anywhere, and they call it academic alumnus. So D9 is the answer here, and you can see the picture. This is the nuclear power plant, a floating nuclear power plant, but you see the associated dangers are there, like some are calling it nuclear Titanic or a Chernobyl on ice. So Russia has seen these kind of disasters, like Chernobyl is the prime example. So nuclear accidents are disastrous, and they are not for a particular time. Generations are affected, and for many years the area is affected. So if any kind of accident happens, then it becomes a devastating issue there. So many activists fear that any accident aboard the plant could cause great damage to the fragile Arctic region. And Arctic region is already going through a lot of stresses. The ice melting is the major cause there, and if this kind of accident, if it is going to happen there, then no ice will be left on the North Pole. That's for sure, because the accident is going to be huge if it is going to be there. Next, Astra missile. Astra missile is an important anti-tank missile. No, if they ask you about anti-tank missile, then Nag is that missile, and Nag was developed under the IGMDP. Astra is not developed under this integrated guided missile development program. It was started in 1982, and in 2009 they declared that this mission is completed. Mr. Kalam was the head of this program, and they developed Prithvi missile, Trishul missile, and this Nag missile there. So many types they developed under the program. Astra was developed in 2017. It's the first indigenous air-to-air missile. DRDO developed it, and many important tests are already done. So both the statements are wrong here, because Astra is the air-to-air missile, and they release it from aircraft, and it will hit in the air only. So D9 is the right answer here. You can see this is Sukhoi 30 MKI plane, and under the wings it was deployed, and its range is 70 to 80 kilometers. You can see the detail. Mass is 154 kilograms, and Bharat Dynamics Limited is the manufacturer there, and DRDO has designed it, and solid propellants are taken under it, and the speed is Mach 4.5, means it's more than the speed of the sound. So that's important. And operational range can be 110 from 70 to 110 kilometers, and it can be launched from Sukhoi 30 MKI, HAL Tejas, Dassault Mirage 2000, and MiG-29. All are very important operational planes in India, and there it can be deployed. So this is air-to-air missile, and all the details are given here. Indigenously designed and deployed by DRDO, and it is going to replace the Indian Air Force's R-77 missiles, and it is the 5th generation missile, and beyond visual range is there, because the range is more than 60-70 kilometers. Okay. Next, Atlantic Meridional Overturning Circulation. Many times UPSC asks these important geographical phenomena which are affecting the climate in some huge region, or maybe affecting some air circulation issues, the temperature issues, the climate change issues and all. So here you see on the globe, if you see, the tropics are there in between, and in the tropical areas more heat is coming from the sun. So the waters which are present there, like the Indian Ocean is there, and Atlantic Ocean is there, Pacific Ocean is there, they get more heat. So that heat is absorbed by the ocean, and those warm currents, they actually distribute this temperature in the higher latitudes, and these oceanic gyres are there, we all know about that. So this in the northern hemisphere it is clockwise direction, anti-clockwise direction is there in the southern hemisphere. So they distribute the heat there, and as more heat is there, then more evaporation will be there in these regions. More evaporation means more salt will be present in the water, because the water is becoming a vapor, and lesser liquid will be left behind, and salt concentration is equal. So comparatively more salt will be there in this water, and when this water is reaching up to higher latitudes, then it will become cold. So a dense, cold, and so more salty water is there. It's not that much salty, but comparatively more salty. So this creates upwelling in these higher latitudes waters. So this Atlantic Meridional overturning circulation is related to these kind of phenomena. So the currents that carry warm water from the tropics and northwards into the North Atlantic, they release this heat. So this phenomena is becoming weaker and weaker for the last 15 years, and that's why the tropical waters, they are becoming warmer and warmer, and that's a alarming situation. So this was observed, and it does not say anything about the monsoon system or any direct impact of it. So this is wrong. First is correct. Only one is the right answer here. A is the right answer here. You can see how it affects. The details are given here in the PDF, and you can go through that. Everything is written here because it needs some time to explain that, and you can understand that very easily in the PDF there. I will talk about a particular article based on that, and if any information is going to be there in the newspaper, then I'm certainly going to discuss that. Next, President can dismiss a cabinet minister, okay, who is also a member of parliament. So how he can do that? Can he do that with the pleasure of the president issue? No, he cannot decide this issue on its own. And a show cause note issued to the judiciary? No, it is also not the case. Only on the advice of Prime Minister, because Prime Minister allots these portfolios to the ministers and all. So Prime Minister is the person. If he is going to decide about that and he is going to advise to the President, then President can easily dismiss a cabinet minister, or he can remove that from the duty. So this will be done on the recommendation of Prime Minister. B is the right answer here, and the details are given here. You can see. Without PM's advice, it would be unconstitutional to remove a minister. So that is not possible. And we all know that President is the rubber stamp in this country, and without the Prime Minister's advice, it cannot do anything. Only rarely some discretionary powers are there, and the discretionary powers, if we talk about them, then they are more with governor than the president there. Okay. Next, Drug Consultative Committee had recommended a complete ban on the manufacture and import of the ENDS issue, means the e-cigarettes issue. ENDS is electronic nicotine delivery system. That is the actual phenomena in the e-cigarettes. So e-cigarettes are banned now. The ordinance will be promulgated very, very soon, and that is cleared by the cabinet. So regarding that, earlier also the Drug Consultative Committee had recommended a ban. That's correct. But it could not be banned under this important act of 1940, the Drugs and Cosmetic Act, because Bombay and Delhi, both high courts, said that it's a kind of a nicotine delivery system, electronic system. It's not a drug. So that's why it cannot be banned under this important act, and that's why they had to bring a separate ordinance for that. So both the statements are correct here. C, both is the answer. Okay. You see, under this ordinance, they have made it a cognizable offense, means it will not be any easy to get the bail. A non-bailable offense, they have made it, and imprisonment is also very, very strong. So very strong step they have taken against e-cigarettes. It's equally dangerous, and aerosols are present there, and dangerous fumes are present there, and nicotine is delivered electronically under that. So that's the issue. Many questions they may ask you regarding this issue. So in the morning also I told you about it, and here also all the details are given. ENDS are not drugs, that you must remember. Next, Accessible India campaign. Is it regarding the e-vehicles induction in the mainstream as soon as possible? No, it is not regarding e-vehicles, and it is also not regarding the Heavy Industry Ministry. It is by Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Okay, and the Department for the Disabled People, they launched this Accessible India campaign. So both the statements are wrong here. D is the right answer. You can see DEPWD under the Ministry of Social Justice. They have developed a management information system. You all know that with the help of management information system, they control all these schemes and programs and all, and the actual control on the digital platform is created with the MIS system. All the data are uploaded on this internet platform, and central government directly observe these issues, all these progresses and the developments. So MIS is important, that has been created there. So on that portal, all the nodal ministries, states and UTs, they can come together, and they can discuss this issue, and they can see the progress of it. Accessible India campaign regarding the Divyangs, means the disabled people, and universal accessibility for the disabled people is aimed here. Okay, so this is by this ministry, this is the aim, and this is the implementation here. You can see they have targets there, like for 50 cities and for the topmost 50 important government departments in these buildings. They will make platforms, ramps and all, so that these are going to be the disabled friendly buildings. And in Delhi, in Mumbai, we had seen many initiatives there, and those were all under the Accessible India campaign. And we are also bound under an international convention, the UN convention, UNCRPD, Convention on the Rights of the Persons with Disabilities. We are the signatory since 2007, and that's why it's an obligation also for us. So this is all for today. We will meet again tomorrow. Thanks a lot. Keep watching. It was Amit Sain.